Are you craving that California beach lifestyle? Do you wish you could wake up every morning only yards away from the Pacific Ocean? Well, stick around because in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down and showing you one of the best beach neighborhoods in Monterey County, and that is Monte Beach right here in Monterey. My name is Andy Woolfoot, the British agent, realtor here in Monterey County, and I get calls and texts every day from people just like you looking to make the move out here to the Central Coast. So whether you're looking to make a move out here in 9 days or 90 days, or even 900 days, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I get calls and texts every day from people like you who want to make the move out to Monterey County. And as your trusted realtor, I will do everything I can to make your move to the Central Coast as smooth as possible. So you're joining me in Monte Beach in Monterey. It is a beautiful Saturday morning here in November. It's the morning and this beach is already looking pretty crowded. At the height of tourist season in the summer, I promise you this beach will be absolutely packed, and it might be cloudy as well. Not many people know that fall is actually the best time of year to visit Monterey County. We get blazing sun every day and it still doesn't get too hot, maybe in the 70s and lows of 40s at night. If you love a good beach day, this might be the perfect beach for it. I don't know if you can see behind me, we've already got kids and families playing on the sand. We've got people fishing and we've got people surfing as well. You can see the waves behind me. It's pretty choppy today, some good surf conditions. Never going to quite rival what you can get up the coast in Santa Cruz and Capitola, but definitely a good surfing location. We're pretty much in the middle of the bay as well. If you can see in the view behind me, we have Pacific Grove stretching out all the way. Up the coast we have Marina, and then in the distance it looks like we're facing west, but we're actually kind of pointed north. You can see Santa Cruz and Capitola over in the distance. I'm going to try my best not to talk about the weather and also to ramble on about how great it is being on a beach. You guys know that already. I'm going to break down exactly what you can expect to get for your money in the Monte Beach neighborhood. We have condos right on the ocean, some apartments which are available to rent, and maybe 100 single family homes. So I'm going to be breaking everything down for you now. The Monte Beach neighborhood was built in the 60s and 70s. You won't be surprised to hear that the homes these days are going for north of $1 million, much north of that if you want a good sized 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. The lots are kind of small, not as small as they could be, but you're really only buying homes in this place for one location, and that is access to the beach. Now, I know what you're thinking straight away. If I were to buy a home here, isn't this a bit of a tourist hotspot? Aren't there going to be hundreds of people milling around during peak tourist season? And the answer is yes. And there isn't actually any parking restrictions. The homes that you see behind me, this is just normal street parking here, although they don't allow cars to be parked overnight, so there are restrictions from sunset to sunrise. Obviously, the city does appreciate that this is a tourist hotspot and it does provide public toilets, although they are just porta potties. And as you can see here, it's not just a free-for-all. There are plenty of civic restrictions to keep the beach looking nice for locals and tourists. Let's talk house prices. So the minimum you are going to have to spend to get a single family home in this neighborhood is easily north of 1.5 million. I'm sure you won't be surprised to learn that these beachfront houses fetch an additional premium when it comes to value. And as we go up the hill, obviously the homes that are set a street or two back are going to do everything they can to maximize the view. So look out for decks on the upper floor and all the properties we're going to see. The properties here rarely come up for sale, and there's only 100 single family homes available. It's kind of hard to price them accurately as well, since there's so few comps, and having a good ocean view is going to add a lot of value to the property. So just going by price per square foot alone isn't really going to give you an accurate answer as to what the property can be worth. Most of the neighborhood was built in the 60s and 70s, but because of the innate value of the land, it can often be the best thing to do for a landowner to bring the house down and rebuild it from scratch. I don't know if you can see the 3 houses behind me. We've got a contemporary style, a modern style, and a Mediterranean style all next door to each other. So we're coming to the end of 2023 and only one property has been sold this year, and that is the one behind me, 143 Seafoam Avenue. It was listed back in June for 4.3 million, eventually closed about 6 weeks ago for 3.85. Now, I'm pretty sure that's a record for this neighborhood, and it brings us out at a whopping $1,500 per square foot. The home is 2,400 square foot, 3 beds, 3 bathrooms. It's got a nice modern design. It looks great inside, and I bet it has some cracking views from that balcony at the back. Now, if I just dashed all your home ownership dreams in this neighborhood when I said 3.8 million a few seconds ago, don't worry, because I'm only one street further back on Spray Avenue, and there are some more affordable options here. Now, in 2022, there were only 3 single-family homes that sold in this neighborhood. 2 of them were right here on Spray Avenue. One of them was 137 Spray Avenue, which sold for 1.25 million. That was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, just over 900 square feet. And a few doors up, 142 Spray Avenue sold for 1.6 million. That was a 3-bed, 2-bath, and just around 1,500 square feet. Now, because of the location, there aren't too much in the way of amenities here. You're gonna have to get in your car or an Uber to go find some shops, cafe, restaurant. But the good news is it's only a 5-minute drive to downtown Monterey. And as well as the public porta potties, we also have a small park here on Spray Avenue. That's a couple of streets back from the beach. It's surrounded by trees as well. So if the little ones are getting baked in the sun and they need a little break, you can just take them here, let them run around, burn off some more energy. So I'm strolling back towards the beach now, and we're going to take a look at the condo and apartment buildings. Now, if you're looking for something under $1 million, don't worry, we do have some options for you. There's condos that are available in the 700s and 800s. These are going to be 1-bedroom units, and there's a homeowners association monthly fee to take into account as well. So if you're a young couple who's making the move out to Monterey County and you really want that beach lifestyle, one of these 1-bedroom condos could be just what you're looking for. So set back from the beach, as you can see in the shot here, there are some apartment buildings which are just units for rent, but these wooden structures are all condos. So these ones are for sale. Most of them are going to be 1-beds, but there are a few 2-bed and 3-bedroom units available as well. I'm sure you can understand why people want to live here. It must be spectacular being able to enjoy those ocean views all day long. Unsurprisingly, the sunsets are amazing. And who doesn't want to look out of their window and see all kinds of wildlife? I showed you on a previous video, we've got dolphins frequently jumping around the surf in the bay, along with whales and pelicans. I'm told there's even an osprey that hangs around here as well. One thing to make note of is that this is a multi-story condo unit right on the beach, so there is a lot of stairs. You need stairs to exit the apartments, stairs to walk down to the beach. If you're someone who's going to struggle with getting up and down stairs all day, see, I'm watching my step as I walk, you might want to consider that before making a move out here. Now, one thing I do have to address is because they're condos, of course, there's a homeowners association as well. It's not cheap here, and it varies depending on the size of your unit, but expect to pay around $1,000 a month. The good news is it does come with excellent amenities. We've got a pool, sauna, gym, club rooms where you can hang out, and the HOA does obviously cover maintenance of the common areas. It covers exterior painting and a lot of treatment of the wood. I'm pretty sure the maintenance of your own personal balconies is going to be the responsibility of the homeowner. In doing some research for this video, I spoke to several people who have lived here and some agents who transact a lot of business here as well. I'm told there's a pretty diverse age range of people that live here. You'd think maybe because of all the stairs, it's going to be younger people. I've been told there's people who are well into their 80s who just love living here so much they've got no intention of moving. And like I said, there's not really that many options around here if you want to live this close to the beach, particularly where you can get anything for under $1 million. There's 3 separate condo buildings. The one right on the ocean, the address is 1 Surfway, and the 2 buildings behind it make up 125 Surfway. Each of these buildings contains a few dozen condo units, with the apartment buildings, which are for rent, backing up behind us. Of course, the ones closer to the beach are going to be reflected in the value of the property, but anything that has a really good ocean view is going to get that bump. So I'm standing outside unit 331 of 125 Surfway. As you can see, it's listed by my man Joe Gallagher of Sotheby's. I did a deal with him last year, really great guy. So without being too loud to annoy the neighbors, let's go check it out. So this is a 1-bed, 1-bath unit on the ground floor. It has a square footage of 830 for the living space. It was originally listed at 1.5 million 7 months ago. They have reduced the asking price now to 1.27. We're going to see if the market agrees with that price and if it sells soon. Your 830 square foot includes the updated kitchen, an open living area, and as you can see, it does have a fireplace in the corner. We do have this wonderful balcony, but as you can see, as it's set back from the other condo building, you do not get that ocean view. Well, I'll tell a lie, you do get that little peek of the bay over there, and in fact, you can see the Monterey Bay Aquarium right in the center of your screen. Also, if your next door neighbor is doing a barbecue, just wait till he's not looking and you can reach over, pinch a couple of sausages or a steak. While I'm here, let's talk investments for a moment. So the city of Monterey County recently enacted a minimum 30-day stay for short-term rentals. What that means is if you're thinking of buying a unit that you can rent out on Airbnb and just have different people come and stay every week, that isn't allowed. Now, I told you I made some calls to research this video, and one agent who I know, she's a particular expert in this area, she told me you can do these 30-day short-term rentals or more, and she says that they really don't have a problem renting out for 30 days at a time. So if you're looking at these units with a view to buying one to rent out, might still be feasible, please do some research, contact some local property management companies, or just send me a text or a call. I'll be happy to connect you with some. It can be tough to find properties that cash flow these days, what with prices and interest rates being sky high, but I am an investor and landlord myself, so if you've got any questions, please just let me know. One more thing to note about the Surfway buildings behind me. If you've been doing your research into these, you might be scratching your head as to why I said earlier in the video they were built in the 60s and 70s when the property tax records say they were built in 1993. If you noticed that, congratulations to you. Now, they were built in the 60s and 70s. Originally, they were sort of whole apartment buildings owned by one entity. In 1993, local county assessor gave permission for the units to be split up and sold individually as condos. That's why it says on the property tax they were built in 1993. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end. My name's Andy Woolfoot, the British agent, realtor here in Monterey County. If you need to learn more about the Monte Beach community or any of the neighborhoods here in Monterey County, please feel free to shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I will happy to be your go-to resource for everything you need to know about housing here on the Central Coast. Thanks again. I'm off home for a cup of tea. See you on the next video.